शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं पुरं सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि, सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om and Namaskar to one and all. We have heard Pujya Guruji introducing us to bhakti. Without love, nothing is possible. You all have love for spiritual knowledge, for Vedanta, and that is why you are sitting here. You have love for satsang, that is why you came over here. But very often, love is not enough. Love is not enough. If you love something, you want to know something about it also. Is it a fact or not? And we all know, there was a book, a wonderful book called Love is Not Enough, Why Marriages Break. You can Google, nowadays it's possible. So, the husband and wife loved each other and yet marriages broke. Why? What do they say when they do counseling? Do they say it's breaking up because there is no love? No, it's breaking up because there is no understanding, etc., etc., etc. So what do counselors make you do? Do they say, come on, love? Do they do that? Any counselor, go to any counselor. Don't go, please. Avoid it if possible, but understanding. Now, our brain is there. So we have the left side of our brain, we have the right side of our brain. Now, if you all know a little bit, the brain itself, we have L1, L2, we have R1, R2. Why would I talk about that? Because the whole topic is that also. And there are 4 fundamental questions that arise because of our brain. Okay? So, the R1 in you always asks why. It wants to know a purpose. It wants to know why you want to do what you want to do. Why should I love? Why should I know? Why anything? What will be the result? Why human birth? Why the world? So, it's always looking for what? A meaning, a purpose, a goal. Which side of the brain? R1. That will ask. The L1 will ask what? What? What is it that I want? Happiness. So, next question will be about what will get me happiness? What will R1 say? Why? What will L1 say? What? Then the L2 will ask how, method, way, procedure. And the R2, which the people's this, will say who. Okay. Now, just see how beautiful this whole thing is. All Vedantic texts have what we call Anubandha Chatushtaya. How many of you have heard this word? You have to put up your hands. Oh, wow. These are all Sushrut people. All Vedantic texts will have what? Anubandha. And what do they say? Adhikari means who. Then Vishaya, what. Then what? Sambandha, how. How will this help me gain that? And the Phala, why. You see this beauty? Our brain is made like that, and every Vedantic test, they first answer, they ask this question. For example, when you have a textbook that you studied in school, so what will be written? Standard 5th. So you know it's for which standard? Who? 5th standard kids, right? And then what is a book? Science. What? What will it give me? It will give me the truth about the way the world works. Yeah. How will I get it? Study this and you will get this. You got this? This is called Anubandha Chatushtaya. For those who didn't know, I have explained the whole thing to you now. Sometimes it's good to know these big, big words. You can impress people. Not really, they're very impressive. Anubandha Chatushtaya. Immediately, wow. Okay. So it's what? Questions. Which are the 4 questions that are asked? Come on, quickly. Why? Which part is asking why? What is asked then? What? Who's asking what? Who's asking who? Who's asking how? And we all have this. Some people are dominant why people. Why? Their first thing is, tell me why. You know, there are kids also who says, tell me why. I don't want to do it otherwise. Why? There are some people who are dominant how. For them, other things not that, wow. And then who. So each one, depending on the dominance of your brain, will be what? Asking those type of questions. Find out what type of questions you ask a lot. And you will come to know what type of brain we have. But this text answers what? This text or any other Vedanta text answers all 4 questions. Interesting. Now, what is this text? How many of you have heard Upanishads before? Majority. Now, Veda, very, very simple background I would need to give, has 3 sections. The 3 sections of every Veda. By the way, how many Vedas are there? No. There's only one Veda. It's divided into 4 volumes. Please remember this. Veda means knowledge. Only one Veda. How many volumes? How many Vedas? How many volumes? Which are the 4 volumes? Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. Right? And each of the texts, the books that are there, has 3 sections, broadly speaking. One is called Karma Kanda, second is called Upasana Kanda, and the third is called Jnana Kanda. Okay, 3. For the very, very simple reason that human mind is the way it is, that is why there are 3 kandas. See, everything is so scientific, you know, I want to keep on telling you all that also. Now, you take a bucket of water and put it in the sun. Will you get a clear reflection in the water or in this, if there is no clouds and this, will you get a clear reflection? Yes. The only reason you would not get a clear reflection is what? Number 1, the water is dirty, and number 2, the water is shaky. Then you won't get. You get a broken and a muddy. If the water is clean but still shaky, no clear reflection. Only when the water is what? Steady and clean, you have a perfect reflection. Now, what is the topic of Vedanta? Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Brahma Vidya. Very clear? It will come through this also, and I will explain also. So, Atma Jnana. Now, where is Atma? Where is Atma? Simple place, where is it? Right? Sure. It's this. Yet, the very fact that you will have come for this camp, what does it show? That we have not realized. Otherwise, would you come? You would not. The very fact that you are coming here itself shows what? That we have not. So, why? If it's here, why have I not realized it? 2 reasons. In the bucket of the body is the water of the mind. What is the condition of the mind? And you get the point. Only two. So what does the karma kanda do? It removes the dirt of the mind. Once this is there, you don't have to bring the reflection into the Atma is already there. It's not going anywhere. Now I am not experiencing why? Because of the impurity of the mind and the restlessness of the mind. So by following the karma kanda, what do? Remove the impurities. By following the upasana kanda, what do? Remove the restlessness of the mind. Once the mind is clean and what? Absolutely focused and concentrated, knowledge happens just like that. Is it okay? So we go to then the last is what? The jnana kanda. Right. Now, most of us have heard the jnana kanda first or afterwards. Interesting, na? We've all heard. So don't worry. That's fine also. However, when we listen to Jnana Kanda, we should always understand that these first two kandas are important for realization. Is it okay? So I am not saying you study text like that. There are means. Those means are there. In the present day, upasanas are very different type. I will come to them also as the text goes this. And there are ways of the karma yoga, the seva, all of that is going to help us to make the mind what? Focus and pure. However, this is a very, very interesting point, and if you get it, wonderful. If you don't get it, don't even worry about it. It doesn't matter at all. As you were before, it will be nothing will get worse. So it's absolute. Vedanta is very, in a way, very dangerous. In a way, very. If you don't understand, no, it's perfectly fine. But if you misunderstand, it's dangerous. Have you got this very clear? Yeah. If you don't understand, there's nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen. But if you misunderstand, it's dangerous. So either understand or that is better. Misunderstanding is very dangerous, very dangerous. So two types of people come to Vedanta. One is called krutopasti. It's a technical word, doesn't matter. Good to hear these words. And the other is called akrutopasti. Krutopasti is one who has done the preparations, upasana, and all the meaning the mind is really pure and it's just ready and waiting for knowledge. Then for such a mind, knowledge is what? Instant. The majority of us are what? Akrutopasti, who have not done the necessary preparations of the mind. And we listen. It's not that everything is lost or anything like that. It's only that realization does not happen. Is it okay? Fine. Now, so therefore, we must understand the role of what? Upasanas or preparation of the mind. It's being said over here in this text itself, it's going to be said. What I love about the Amrita Bindu Upanishad, there are, by the way, this Upanishad belongs to the Atharva Veda. Which one? Atharva Veda. There are 5 Bindu Upanishads. This is there in the introduction, so you don't need to write down. There are 5 this. Tejo Bindu is there. Then there are some others also. Dhyana Bindu Upanishad, Tejo Bindu Upanishad, Nada Bindu Upanishad, Brahma Bindu Upanishad, and this Amrita Bindu Upanishad is one other. Very beautiful, one of the most popular ones amongst them. Now the Upanishads have 2 types. One are called minor Upanishads, the other are called major Upanishads. Not because the knowledge given in the minor Upanishad is any less than the major Upanishad. The only reason they are called minor is because Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji has not given a commentary on it. Is that okay? That's the only reason. The knowledge is the same. Like for example, Kaivalya Upanishad, all Brahma Jnana. Amrita Bindu Upanishad, unbelievably great knowledge. It's a beautiful, it's a lovely Upanishad. You will fall in love with it by the end of it, I hope so. So it's a great knowledge, it's a great Upanishad and this. Now, the Upanishad knowledge, as we said, is the meaning of the word Upanishad itself is what? Upa plus Ni plus Shad. Again, just revising for those who are not familiar. Upa, near, Ni, Nischayena or Niche. The first is you sit near the Guru. Doesn't mean proximity is that way. You sit near the mind of the Guru. That's more important, not the proximity in terms of physical this, it's the proximity of the mind. Near the Guru. Niche means down. Why down? Because that knowledge flow is like the river flows from high to low. That is the bhava. So, with humility we sit, that's the idea. And Shad is we sit. Why do we sit? Why sit and not stand? Why not sleep? You can, na? I mean, knowledge is knowledge, you can sleep also. Why? Because when we sit, we are in more or less sattva guna. Of course, we can sleep sitting also, but it's more comfortable to sleep and sleep, lie down and sleep. So, therefore, this is, and when you are standing, you are already in the Rajaguna mood. So, therefore, when you sit, you are in a sattvic mood. So, how should we listen to this knowledge? Sattvic. The mind. Everything again will come to the mind. You keep on noticing this, how important the mind is. Okay. So, the mind has to be sattvic. Then Upanishad, another meaning is what? Shad means to destroy. Shad means to exhaust. So, what are you supposed to do? Destroy. With this knowledge, you are going to destroy the ignorance. You are going to exhaust all the vasanas. You are going to realize our own true nature. That is the meaning, simple meaning of the word what? Upanishad. And which Upanishad is this? Amrita, Bindu. Amrita, Mrita, death. Amrita, that which does not die. Amrita, doesn't perish, doesn't die. What is the meaning of that? See, interestingly, we use the word immortal. What is the general understanding of the word immortal? What is the general meaning of the word immortal? That you live forever. Yes, there is a certain type of liquid which is called Amrita, which gives you longevity, but no one ever lives forever. Is that okay? In the so-called, they say Hanumanji is Chiranjeevi. Heard of that? We also say, in our languages, Chiranjeevi so and so. Have you heard that? Chiranjeevi means long life. Chira, long. Jiva, long life. Long life could be how much as far as human beings are concerned? 100, 125. If you really stretch it. No. Shatayushi, more than enough. After that is like, So Chiranjeevi we say, long life. Even Hanumanji, he'll be there for a long time, much more than we can ever dream of others. However, even Brahmaji's life is what? Brahma bhuvanan lokaha, punaravritti. Even Brahma lok and Brahmaji along with his lok, what? Come again and again. In Mahapralaya, nothing, even Mr. Brahmaji, what? Merges. Is it okay? So, there is, when we say this idea in our head that immortality means we never die, is absolutely not what we want over here. Yeah. Because the immortality, what we are talking about is to realize that I was never born. I'll say some things which will be very subtle. If you get it, it's okay. If you don't get it, just note it down any which way. What? What is the immortality that we want? What is the immortality of Vedanta? Immortality of Vedanta is not that you don't die. Immortality of Vedanta is that you know that you were never born. Once more, what is immortality of Vedanta? Immortality of Vedanta is not that you will never die. Immortality of Vedanta is to know that you were never born. That is the immortality. And now here they say Bindu. Bindu means a drop. The literal meaning is small. It's Bindu. Now, what do you mean by Bindu? Bindu of immortality. What is this Amrita Bindu? Because this immortality that we are talking about, which I talked, or that you will know, comes through a Bindu of a thought, one thought. What? This immortality is gained through what? What? One important word is what? Thought. What? Once more. One. How many thoughts? One thought. Okay. What is this? Quick. So easy, na? How easy it was to get a thought? Did you get the thought? Immediately it came in your mind or not? The minute. Once more, if you did not see it, please see it again. Did you see it? What happened? Immediately a thought came, right? Right. Now I say you are Brahman. How many of you got that thought? Not one of us. Are you understanding now why? You get now? They say actually only one thought is required. How many thoughts are required? But are we getting it? How many times have we heard this? I am Brahman. Please tell me. Come on. 100, 1,000, 1 lakh times? And yet, what happens? You are getting the point. What is required is how much? A drop. That's why it said drop of immortality. It's not a lot of this. Now, how to get that one is the whole thing that we are going to study. Is that okay? Interesting? I'll keep asking a lot of questions and I expect all of you to answer. One reason is what? That you won't sleep. Because I can see some people already. So, okay? So, drop of immortality. Drop. One thought. That's the Upanishad. That's the knowledge that's going to destroy all bondages, etc. and give us this realization that I was never born. Who is celebrating their birthday today? See how easy it was? See how easy it was? One question and immediately I become what? I am born. I just want to make you understand, nothing else. It's just that all of us are like that. The minute I say, do you have a birthday? Immediately, you did not, just one sentence before it was what? This knowledge we were talking about. But immediately we go to what? Today is my birthday. It was yesterday. It was last week. It is going to come. It will come. You see how it is? Why this one thought is so difficult? Are you getting the point or not? Because believe me, nothing new is going to be said in this Upanishad that has not been said in every other Upanishad. It's very interesting, and when people say this, it sometimes makes me laugh also. Oh, I have heard Kathopanishad, I have heard Kaivalya Upanishad, but I have not heard. So some people came here only because of Amrita Bindu we have not heard. Let me assure you, there is absolutely nothing new said in this book which was not said in every other Upanishad or Vedanta text. Very clear? And therefore, we are here not to listen to text. We are here to listen to knowledge. A text is only and only and only a medium for getting Brahmajnanam, for learning Vedanta. Is that clear? As far as I am concerned, I am not going to insist on completing this text. I want to teach you, or I want to also reflect on Vedanta with you. Are you okay with all of that? Are you interested more in the text or in the knowledge? All of you? Yes? So, I don't have the pressure of completing the text. Is that okay with all of you? Yes? 99.9% it will get completed, but I don't want to have that, what? Because we have completed so many texts till now, fact or not? Please tell me. And you will complete many more also. The way we are all text oriented, so we'll keep on listening to text after text and saying, oh, this is new, oh, this we have not heard, oh, that is not. We'll keep on saying that also. And therefore, I just want to tell you, I am here to talk about Vedanta. This is only a what? A medium to convey this knowledge. Very well established. Shall we proceed? Okay. Now, the first verse, in fact, this, there are about 22 verses, and each is a master stroke, is what I would say. In any text that you study, please remember, there will be one verse which speaks to you. Keep that. Other things are all incidental, enhancing that, but do that. I have learned in the last few years this sort of a thing, where I go through many of this, reflect and this, in the entire text, something will touch me so deeply, so profoundly, that it will change me. In every text, find out that one thing in this particular sessions, where it will change you. It will affect you, and you can carry it as learnt knowledge, not as taught knowledge. What? Learnt knowledge is always forgotten. Taught knowledge is always forgotten. Learnt knowledge is never forgotten. What? How much things we were taught in school and colleges, right? If I ask you to recollect any of it, what will happen? Except for teachers who have to say the same thing again to the students, right? Or else you're using that knowledge, and otherwise it's forgotten. For most of us, most of it is forgotten, and therefore, but what we have learned, we never forget. Agreed? So there will be moments during this time, throughout this sessions also, which will become your learning moments, or some thought which will say, oh my God, this is something, it's touched my heart. When it touches your heart, make it a point to note it, because if you don't, it will get lost and it will not come back again, because by the time you go out, you'll be thinking different things. Is it true or not? So all the learning is what I believe should happen right here. The minute you go out, your mind becomes different, unfortunately. Yes, everyone ready? Let's open to the invocation. We know each of the Vedas has an invocation prayer. So the Atharva Veda, its invocation prayer is this. I will chant it. Please repeat after me, and then we'll quickly go through the meaning of it. Om Bhadran Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha.
Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha.
Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraha.
Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraha.
Sthirairangai Istuštuvagam Sastanubhihi.
Sthirairangai Istuštuvagam Sastanubhihi.
Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu.
Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu.
Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha.
Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha.
Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha.
Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha.
Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi.
Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi.
Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu.
Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
What is said here? The two most powerful senses that we have, the Jnanendriyas, is what? hearing and seeing. Both are very, very powerful. So, it is said most of the knowledge that we gather comes through this hearing and seeing. So, therefore, it says, please let this too be what? One is, you remember those 3 monkeys. Nowadays, we don't see those 3 monkeys anymore. We used to call them Mahatma Gandhi's monkeys. I don't know why. Did he have monkeys or he said this? We used to call it like that, Mahatma Gandhi's monkeys. And almost every house in those good old days had those 3 monkeys. Abhi dikhta bhi nahi. Abhi very different type of monkeys are seen, if you see those, So, one was what? Then one was, and one was, this was the, so it was said, this was in the negation, language of negation. Ki see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Now here say, no, don't talk of that. Let us see, but see auspicious. Let us hear, but hear auspicious. And when you hear auspicious, what are you going to do? You are going to speak. When you see auspicious, what will you do? You will speak auspicious also. So therefore, here said, Bhadran karnebhi shrunayam. Karnebhi means in plural. Now how many do we have? We have only 2. So they should have used dual. Na? Instead of using dual, they have said what? Plural. We've got only 2, but they said karnebhi means what? May I hear as though I am hearing through lots and lots of years. Tulsidas ji says what? Our Shravana, our ears should be like, ocean where all the rivers pour their water. So all the wonderful things from all the different directions may it come and fill my mind through my ears. What a beautiful thought. Ano Bhadraha, all Bhadra things come from all directions. Vishwataha, from the whole universe, let all auspicious things come to me. May I see all auspiciousness. In the Bhagavad, said in this commentary also of Guruji's, which you can read later, that Prithuraja had this thing that wherever I see, I should see auspiciousness in God. So therefore, in the good old days, in every room, they had Bhagwan's pictures. Nowadays is different. Now, but we used to always have. So anywhere, if you look here, you see Bhagwan. You look here, you see Bhagwan. Anywhere you see what? Jya jya sthali man jaya maze, tya tya sthali nij rupa tuse. Wherever my mind goes, I see, oh Bhagwan, I see you. How beautiful. So Bhadran karni Bhadram Pashyema. May I see auspicious, may I hear auspicious, and especially this knowledge which is the most auspicious, may I hear also auspiciousness. And then very important, especially at the age that we are there in our physical age and even outside also, sthirai angaihi, may my limbs be firm and healthy. You understand the importance of good health? People, Vedant people, we normally neglect it, and it's all the mind and all. Hey Rama, if you have a stomach ache, however much you want to listen to Vedanta, what will you be listening to? The grumbling in if you're hungry also. Is it true or not? You will not. So that's very, very important. Body should be what? Otherwise, it happens. Now see, the minute you go and you want to sleep, you won't get sleep. And the minute you come to the class, what will happen? I can see some of you already. So this happens. So mind should be alert and all that. No, the body, if the body doesn't cooperate. I remember once very clearly Gurudev, when I was much, younger and all, he said, do whatever sadhana you can when you are young. These are the words he used. Later on, you will not be able to do. And I remember that all the time. Because what happens? You become old. Simply the body will not cooperate. You want to sit, but the body doesn't. Every 1 minute, You will see. Now this many people are sitting down. As the days go, immediately they'll all start graduate too. I know, I'm telling you. Sthirai rangai is. So may I praise you, O Bhagwan, through my limbs and all. Meaning in every possible way I serve you. May I praise you with my words and all. And for how long should I praise you? Deva hitam yadayuhu. Whatever is the duration of my lifespan, may I use it to what? Serve you, praise you. Deva hitam. Whatever Bhagwan ordains. I am not going to ask for one more day extra. I'm not going to say make it less, because very often we do that. Bhagwan, take away this body when the body is in pain or some problem. Otherwise, Bhagwan, give me a little extension. This person was almost deathbed. Now all the doctors had given hope. They said nothing more can be done, nothing more than whatever is your last wish. They will always ask, what is your last wish? I don't know why they ask, but anyway they ask, what is your last wish? He says, I want another doctor. So one more little extension, if I can get little bit more extension, I'll be happy. So here says, no, Devahitam, whatever is the Ayu ordained by Bhagwan, that I want to live. But how do I want to live? Sthirai Rangai. Don't we all wish that? We pray also, okay, Bhagwan, when I'm healthy, please take me away. How many people have said that? But remember, Bhagwan will take you when your Ayu is over, not when you're... So may I, the prarabdha is decided. So Bhagwan will be very clear. Okay? Supposing it's decided this many days you will live or this many years you will live. So that he will take care. You don't have to worry, Bhagwan mera ho gaya ki nahi, are you careful, did you check out your records and all. No, to keep our body as fit as possible is in our hands. Have you understood? So we should not do what is in his hands or expect him to do what is in our hands. What is in our hands? To try and live as healthily as possible. That is in whose hands? Then whatever is going to come, disease and all, that will be there, but to try and live as healthy is in our hands. So we do our bit and he of course will keep doing his bit. So yad ayuhu, whatever is my ayu, my lifespan, may I live praising you and serving you. Okay. Then the different gods, power centers or who help us. So Indra, who is Indra? Vriddhashravaha Indra, the famous one. Indra, the god of, he's the king of gods also, and he's the god of our limbs, basically. Indra, Hastaha, Indra. Then Pusha is the sun god, Vishwavedaha, bright and brilliant sun, who's all-knowing, omniscient, Bhagwan, Surya, because it illumines everything. Isn't it? The sun illumines everything. Then Tarakshaha, Garuda Bhagwan. And who is he? Arishtanemihi. Why? Because he, all snakes and all that, he takes away all the poison things and all, he eats them up. So please, all the poisons of my, nowadays, we all go for detox. Don't we do that? Detox. So, Garuda Bhagwan, please detox me. Arishtanemihi. Remove all my obstacles from my path, all the poisons that are there which are not allowing me to attain this immortality. Poison kills, right? So therefore, I want to become immortal, meaning I want to know I am unborn. So please help me with that. And then Brihaspati. Who is Brihaspati? The guru of all gods. Means may I get this knowledge by which I can destroy all my ignorance. And Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. So whenever you all read this, many times I say Shanti, 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 illa. Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. So this Visarga, please see that you have to pronounce. When Visarga is there and two, the Sha is there and then the Visarga is there, the Visarga is pronounced as Sha. Okay. So Shantish, Shantish, and the last is Shantihi. Okay. So how do you say it? Om Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. The last Visarga we say is Ihi. Okay. So now three wise Shantis, because anything that is Trivaram, it becomes Satyam. When a child also, demands, I want it now, I want it immediately, 3 times. गीता पे हाथ रख के बोलता हूँ क्या? सत्य बोलूँगा, सत्य ही बोलूँगा और सत्य के सिवाय सब कुछ बोलूँगा कि नहीं बोल? So we say that nowadays it's gone from our courts, I'm told. They don't do that anymore. Why, I don't know. But anyway, so 3 times. Anything that is thrice becomes what? The truth. So therefore, Shanti, please, Shanti, Shanti. At least at the time of my listening to this talk, Shanti. What is the Shanti I want? Unseen forces, please, Shanta. I don't want, some, what do you call it, some famine or something, or even no famine is going to come right now over here, but like the pandemic, all that, what a chaos that was. or some earthquake or something like that. Unseen, you can't do anything. And that corona was such really unseen. Is it true or not? Completely unseen. No one knew where it was and how it came. So Shantihi. Then around the cell phone, that's why I tried to make that Shanti. Please put it on Shanti mode. Isn't it? Shantihi. Otherwise and the interesting part is the ringtones are very interesting. And the person who will be sitting with will be like some elderly person, very nice, sober, good, and their grandchild would have put the ringtone. And that ringtone will be all jaka, juk, juk, jum, jum, and like so it's sort of, it's quite scary. So Shanti, please, at this moment. And all that is normally Shant only, that is actually never disturbs. The main thing that disturbs is what? The body and the mind, both of them. Adhyatmic doesn't mean only the mind, it means what? Body and mind. Supposing there's some discomfort in the body, you can't listen. You can't. You may try, but half the mind is there, the other half is only available for. So, what? Shanti, please. So, to be able to sit for that 1 hour, you have 24 hours to make this body fit. You get it? So, therefore, we have said, please take a walk, do all of that other things, okay? So, that keep this body alert and, eating this, that, everything, sleeping, everything, so that this body is available when you need it. And, of course, this mind. So, what is the obstacle that can come to the mind? The main obstacle that can come to the mind, one is, of course, sleep will come to the mind or other things, but otherwise, ashraddha. It's one big enemy which you have to really Ashraddha. Ashraddha means what? No, lack of faith. Your lack of faith means in the speaker, first of all. Supposing now you say, you listen with so much of love and all that, and all of a sudden, you know Vimalananda? No, I know. You don't know her. And the interesting part, they'll only say this much. After that, they won't say anything. You don't know her. Khatam. What? No, why should I tell you? You have so much faith in them. I don't want to say. Khatam. I'm telling you, after that, you will not listen to me properly. And for those who have already heard something negative about me, you will listen with that mind only. You will sit like that. Wo bolti hai, but I know. You're understanding? I am not joking. You will not listen with an open mind. Because what? Already colored is there. Already so many things are inside you. And then you will listen. You may even this, but it will never go deep within, because one part of you is always saying, are you understanding what I'm speaking? Please tell me. We think, this is Shanti, Shanti and Ashraddha. We don't realize the important role that these play. We have absolutely no idea how much important role it plays. Why? Because we've come with a mind which is not that open. We say, we are listening. No. That attitude, that whole thing that happens, the other thing that happens, see, one more thing that's important, and I'll end with that also. See, one is called love and the other is called respect. Okay? So, now as far as this is concerned, what is more important, love or respect? If you have to choose one, which one would you choose? How many of you say love, please put up your hands? How many of you say respect, put up your hands? And how many of you say I don't know, put up your hands? Because that's also a good answer. As far as I am concerned, I have no problem with I don't know as an answer. But you have to put up your hand for something, because anything you listen without commitment never works. So I want you to commit to some answer. How many of you say love, please put up your hands? How many of you say respect, please put up your hands? How many of you say I don't know, put up your hands? The rest have to put up their hands for I don't know. Okay. Right. If love and respect are there, the more important thing as far as the person you're listening to is concerned, it is respect and not love. Because we don't really follow the people whom we love. We always have value for what we respect and not for that we love. Please understand this is a fact of life. What? We always what? Respect what we value. Value and value is what we give through our intellect and not through our minds. So sometimes we may not love a person, but we'll respect the person. It's possible. Sometimes we love a person, but don't respect the person. Supposing I have value for money, then if a rich man comes, I will definitely, whether I want or not, I will respect the person. Why? Because I have a value for money, I'll respect the person. I may not love the person. Got this very clearly? I'll say, "Arey, but paisa wala hai." You will talk like that only. Paisa wala hai, bekar, but paisa wala hai. You got this? So therefore, as far as this knowledge is concerned and all that, respect becomes even more important than what? Because then you will listen with an open mind. Of course, ideal is what? Love and respect, both. Then that Pujya Bhav is there. But if, especially in the Vedanta class, remember, love should not overpower the respect. Why? Because when you listen in bhakti, please listen with only love. That is also fine. But as far as this is concerned, what will happen? I have seen many times we do that. Whatever you say. It won't work for Vedanta. Vedanta, you have to think that one Bindu must happen where? In my mind or your mind? Come on. That Bindu, that one thought has to happen in whose mind? If it happens in mind, will it help you? It will not. Any thinking that I do is not going to help you until it becomes your thought. Is it okay? So therefore, it says Shanti, oh Bhagwan, make my mind free of what? Ashraddha. Make my body healthy. May there not be obstacles outside. May all unseen forces also help and protect me and serve me. And then this becomes fruitful and effective. And may I also gain this immortal knowledge where I know that I was never born. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.